one of the most important luxury fashion brands with some of the most important K-pop idol ambassadors just had a very important runway show during Milan Fashion Week. So of course we're going to talk about it. Gucci, under the creative direction of Salvatore Sarno, just showed their Spring/Summer 25 women's wear collection in Milan. And I was very happy to see that both Jin from BTS and Hanni from Newjeans, who are both Gucci ambassadors, were in attendance for the show. Isn't that so crazy, you guys? Both of them were there. As a fan of both K-pop and fashion, this latest Gucci show was particularly important to me for two reasons. The first being was that this was going to be Jin's first appearance at a Gucci show since officially becoming a brand ambassador. The second is that Hanni was still going to be in attendance for the show, despite her agency going through a very public drama. We love the unbotheredness of it all. In this video, I'm going to show you both what they wore to the airport and to the runway show, my thoughts about their outfits, my overall feelings towards their relationships with the brand, and I'm going to end the video with a little bit of tea and drama because I know you guys are messy like that. This video is so long overdue, so thank you to everyone who's been anticipating it as well as still watching it. Let's get into it. Ooh, I can't believe that Jin is already discharged from the army and attending runway shows. So I'm actually going to begin with his airport outfit, and I think it's important to show you guys the airport outfits as well, because I think at this point it's become very much part of the overall promotional process of these idols attending the runway shows, especially because the airport outfits a lot of the time are sponsored by the same brand anyways. Also, I think the airport outfit is another chance for you to better understand what the brand is trying to say with these K-pop idols. Jin kept it pretty simple and cute with his airport outfit on the way to Milan. So he wore a matching denim set with a denim jacket and jean combo, which was layered over the white t-shirt with a contrast rib-knit collar in that kind of Ancora red. Finally, he paired it with the sneakers and then the Gucci backpack. As you can see from the outfit, I feel like it's pretty subdued compared to what we've come to expect from Gucci. The logo and branding on the outfit was pretty minimal, aside from the splashes of the Gucci web across his outfit. And for those who don't know, the Gucci web is that kind of signature green and red stripe. For the actual Gucci runway show, Jin's outfit was definitely more bold. So he wore this really beautiful sequin top that had this dégradé effect that transitioned between this kind of brown and bluish color, which was paired with these split hem brown trousers and then the platform loafers. I thought his look was fine, it was interesting, but I will say that I do think that the styling could have used some work, which is really surprising for me to say because I feel like Jin, who is the stylist of BTS, usually does a really good job with runway show looks. First, I think that the weight of the sequins on the top was too much because it caused the top to bunch up really weirdly in some places. So if you look at the wrist, you see how it's kind of jumbled up. And if you look at where it's tucked into the pant, it kind of balloons out, which is not really flattering on the silhouette in my opinion. I actually would have rather that they just mimic the way the shirt was originally styled on the runway. On the original runway, the shirt was not tucked at all and it was worn with these kind of short shorts, so then the shirt could just hang and flow the way it needed to. I get why they didn't want to just replicate the runway look because they want to show some element of individuality. But I feel like this is one of those times where if you wanted to use this top, you just needed to copy the runway look. Second, the necklaces for me, you guys. The necklaces just gave me these kind of cheapo vibes. It really did not do anything for the look at all. Besides those two small things, I get what they were trying to do with this look. I think that they were really trying to show this more kind of crafty side of Gucci, that they're able to make these really extravagant and well-executed pieces, but then not make it seem so stuffy. That's why they kind of styled it in a more casual way, especially with the necklaces. I feel like the message did land, but did it land perfectly? No, but did it land at all? Yes. Aside from the outfit, what I was honestly living for was the commotion that Jin caused when he stepped onto the scene. Really and truly, it was at that moment where the fans were going crazy and screaming outside that I really did feel in a long time, it really felt like BTS is back. You could physically feel the scale of the fandom. No fandom is on the level of BTS ARMY. The screaming fans, the energy, the commotion. I know Salvatore Sarno was smiling backstage. For this being Jin's first appearance at a Gucci runway show for the brand as an ambassador, did the whole thing and his look and whatever have me totally gagged? Honestly, not really. I've always said this before, is that the first runway show appearance is definitely the chance to kind of set the precedent on what to expect with the whole relationship. But in this particular case, do I feel like it was really stunning and really over the top and this and that and this and that? Honestly, no, like I said, and I'll get more into this later, but I also don't feel like they wanted this to be that moment, this arrival moment, you know what I mean? I think that for maybe the next men's show, I think they're gonna do something way bigger. I think it's harder to incorporate Jin into a women's wear show in a big way than it would be for a men's show, right? The next men's show is probably gonna be in January, so I'm definitely gonna be anticipating that a little bit more, but yeah, let's get on with the video. Hanni is such an unbothered queen. I actually love her. So what she wore to the airport on the way to Milan was a gray blazer layered over a white tank top. paired with these kind of gray wash jeans. And for the accessories, she had the Gucci Blondie bag in the signature Rosa Ancora color, which is that kind of like reddish burgundy color. And then she also wore the matching mini belt in that same kind of Rosa Ancora color. And then she also wore these kind of like blockish heels. I feel like for Hanni's outfit, they were trying to show this idea that Gucci has both classics and youthful pieces. So the classics being like the blazer, but then the youthful pieces being more so like the relaxed jeans, the tank top underneath, right? This kind of like high-low, stuffy but not too stuffy kind of look. But the look, was she going to the airport or was she going to the office? I don't know, you guys. For the Gucci runway show, Hanni's outfit continued this idea of high-low as well as youthfulness but classic. She wore this kind of chandelier beaded backless crop top with split hem baggy jeans, the skinny Ancora belt she also wore to the airport, the platform sandals, as well as the 1955 bag, which she was actually the campaign star for in a campaign earlier this year. I actually feel like whenever I see Hanni carrying a Gucci bag, it's always like the 1955 bag, which I can really appreciate. Oh yeah, and then she also wore this kind of like wispy necktie scarf situation. Hanni's outfit, I will say, again, was similar to Jin's outfit in the sense that it was kind of this like high-low mix. They had these like really stunning piece, which was the beaded crop top, but then they styled in a way that didn't make it seem so stuffy and like stuck up. It was way so more casual with the jeans, with the platform sandals. Like, I feel like Gucci really wants to show off that they can craft these like really stunning, elaborate pieces, but have it still be approachable. I really do think the top looked great on her. It was so fun. It was such a great piece for her. Like, they pulled such a great piece. But a part of me does feel like they almost downplayed the top too much. They almost made it seem like too casual. Personally, I would have got rid of that kind of like wispy scarf thing. I don't think it added anything to the look at all. And I think I would have liked her hair more if it was some kind of updo. It really would have showed off the craft of the top more. And it would also have showed off more this idea that it was like backless, right? I was honestly very, very much into that kind of skinny Ancora Rosa belt that she wore to the outfit and to the show. Like, I'm kind of into skinny belts lately. I feel like for this specific Gucci show, it was very much like an in and out thing for Hanni. Like, she wanted to come and support the show, but she also wasn't trying to like too much at the same time. I don't even think she went to the after party for the show, did she? When I was looking through it, I didn't see her at the after party. Moving on to how well Gucci's managing the K-pop idols, personally, I don't think that they're doing the best job at leveraging what they have, especially when you consider the fact that they have two of the most top tier K-pop idols as brand ambassadors. And there's a couple of reasons for this in my opinion. The first being is that I simply don't think that they have the resources or the knowledge to fully utilize them. The thing is that Gucci is in a hard spot right now because their creative director, Salvatore Sarno, is under tremendous pressure from the industry to present collections that both please critics as well as sell well commercially. So I think that right now, Salvatore and the Gucci's team's plate is full and they're very much at max capacity trying to achieve those two different things. And anything that they don't think is going to contribute to those two goals of selling well commercially and presenting critically acclaimed collections, it's just not a priority for the company at the moment. That's the way I see it, at least. Personally, I feel like as a K-pop fan, maybe it's just because I'm a K-pop fan, I feel like Jin's appearance and Hanni's appearance at this particular runway show for Gucci kind of just felt like whatever, you know what I mean? It just felt like Gucci like invited them to the show and whatever happened. There wasn't really much plan to utilize them in any kind of meaningful way or huge way or any kind of impactful way. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, Jin, you could come to the show. Hanni, you could come to the show. Hanni for sure just felt like it was like a very like pop in and out. Jin, because of course this was his first show, they definitely did give a little bit more thought and planning, but was it a very like impactful one as someone of Jin's caliber and like of his fame? Personally, I don't think so. And like I said before, I think that they're maybe planning to do that more so at the next show. But for this latest show, I just don't think that it was very like preconceived, pre-planned what they were going to utilize the K-pop idols for. Do you guys feel the same? Let me know. And secondly, both of them are hugely important ambassadors because they're huge K-pop idols. There are very, very few other K-pop idols that have the same level of visibility as Newjeans and BTS. They have the potential to communicate to a huge audience who the new Gucci man and woman is under the creative direction of Salvatore Sarno. But then the problem is that before Gucci can fully utilize Hanni and Jin to communicate this new Gucci man and woman, Salvatore Sarno has to first establish who the new Gucci man and woman even is, right? And I think that's part of the process that they're currently lagging on and that they're currently stuck on. It's like a timing issue for sure, in my opinion. That was my K-pop stan recap of what was probably the most important show of Milan Fashion Week this year, the Gucci Spring Summer 25 show. Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments. And if you want to see the extended cut of this video where I get into even more mess and drama, you can find it on my Patreon, which is free, for now at least. In the extended cut, I addressed some comments on whether Gucci is now ignoring Hanni because of Jin or Hybe or whatever. I also talk about how Gucci is potentially making an enemy out of stays because I guess stays are starting to feel like Lino got snubbed by Gucci. Messy, right? So let's just keep that on Patreon.